Hey man, is there a strong possibility that this OKC team could be one of the first repeat champions in almost 10 years? Is it possible that this OKC team could be one of the greatest NBA teams that we've ever seen in NBA history? Is it possible that this OKC team could beat that 2017 or even 2018 back-to-back champion team that had Kevin Durant on it? Like, what this Thunder team is doing, I think they become so dominant that people are almost becoming used to it. But after watching what they just did to my Lakers, after watching what they just did to the Warriors last night, it didn't even look like they were on a back-to-back. The way that they were just playing, it didn't even look like they were tired. But then again, they probably wasn't because they was beating the shit out of the Warriors so bad they rested the whole second half damn near, right? Like, not literally, but like they were able to rest from that game because they beat the shit out of them. So they just running through people. Outside of those first few games in this NBA season, where they went in triple overtime and they went in I think overtime or double overtime or some shit like that. Like a lot of their games ain't even been close. In the one game they lost, right? They 12-1. The one game they lost, they were up 20 in that game against the Blazers. And the Blazers fuck around, walked them down, and the Thunder still had a lead late. And, the Blazers just were able to, secure the victory. And now keep in mind, which I think is the most impressive part in showing you, and the reason I even say that they have a chance to be back-to-back champions is because they showing, I think, a lot of the teams in the NBA and the NBA in general and the NBA world and fans and spectators is that it's levels to this shit. They 12-1 and dominate majority of their competition with no J-Dub all year. He hasn't played a game yet. And then Lu Dort didn't miss the last 3 or 4? What's his name? Kenrich Williams. Even though he's not a crazy part, Aaron Wiggins didn't play tonight. And they just beat my Lakers by damn near 40. I mean, just beat them like some children. Their interior defense and defense in general is so fucking good. And obviously interior in the lob threat and the pick and roll, middle pick and roll, where we dive into the paint. That's a lot of what the Lakers do, especially now with DeAndre Ayton and even Jackson Hayes. And they take that away. And they got the size to match you. Then you have great, point of attack defenders and great defenders that can pick you up 94 feet. And Casey Wallace and Alex Caruso. SGA is no slouch. Like I said, Dort didn't even play. But it feels like with this OKC team, all 15 players can beat you. It feels like with this OKC team, everybody is always ready at all times when the number is called. Even the guy, I don't even know this player, Dang, coming to the game, and he hits some couple buckets, and he plays some great defense. Ajay Williams is playing like he could be a starting point guard on the team. I guarantee right now Houston Rockets could use what he's doing. Him at the point guard position is exactly what the Rockets need. He might be better than Fred VanVleet. I might be getting ahead of myself, but he is hooping. And Ajay Mitchell definitely deserves to be on that episode I did a while back where I talked about, NBA players that we don't give enough love or we don't give enough credit to, that we don't pay attention to because they're not a star or they're not a big name or they just entering the league for real. He was injured last year, but like Ajay Mitchell is special. He hooping. He is hooping, bro. And I think he's taking advantage of Jay Will not being there, and he is hooping. And SGA is so versatile. You can move him to the 2. You can start him alongside SGA. He can play without SGA. He can play off the ball with SGA. Like, he does so many things for that team. He's shooting the ball well. He's a great facilitator. He locking up on D. Man, this OKC team is crazy. This OKC team is crazy. And it almost makes you want to ask the question, just based off what you're seeing so far and what you know that they've done in the past, who can really beat them in 7 games? Who can really beat the Thunder in 7 games? The Nuggets? I think the Nuggets is your best shot, and I think the way they retooled their team, that it'll be a battle for the ages. It'll definitely be an overtime game in that series if they were able to run into each other this year. if everybody's healthy too, right? That's what you want, a good healthy series. Everybody's playing. Jamal Murray being who he is and who he's, turned into, or turned back into rather, because he was having a minute where he wasn't dominating like he usually was. Like, and Aaron Gordon is on some other shit. All right, we know what Jokic is gonna do. Cam Johnson is struggling, but I think he'll figure it out. Tim Hardaway Jr. is so valuable for them. Bruce Brown is so valuable for them. Chris Brown is so valuable for them. Like, they have a lot of different pieces, and I think that's probably who your best matchup is for them, because they can match the size for the most part. They play pretty good defense, and they can score the ball at a high level too. It might just come down to being outcoached, but then again, I don't think his name is slipping my mind right now. I don't think the coach that stepped in for Mike Malone is a slouch, right, from what we've seen. I think they're rolling as well when we come talk about the Nuggets. So I think that's really who can match up with him. I mean, obviously, I feel like my Lakers could do it when you get LeBron back and you get Gabe Vincent back and you get all of these. We get it fully healthy. I think we could give them a great run for their money. But I don't know. I don't think they will beat us like they did tonight with everybody. But I still see 7 games being very fucking hard. Just off their defense alone. Their defense is crazy. And I think that's the most impressive part, if I'm being totally honest with you. Their defense is crazy. It kind of makes you think about this thing where who would win in a 7-game series between the back-to-back champs of the Warriors, 2017, 2018. Again, we're talking about Kevin Durant. We're talking about Steph Curry. We're talking about Klay Thompson in his prime. We're talking about, obviously, Draymond Green being who he is. With Sean Livingston, the king of the midi. We're talking about a Kevin Looney who was just did great things for that team. Right? We're talking about Zaza Pachulia, and he was just a different type of guy that did some things for them. David West was decent. So if you go starting five, you go Steph, Klay, Draymond. I think Zaza Pachulia was starting on that team. And I want to say, and Kevin Durant. I'm tweaking. And Kevin Durant. So, or was it Kevin Looney? One of them, right? But, okay, versus Shea, J-Dub, Lu Dort, SGA. I said Shea already. And then they usually start Case and Wallace lately, and then you usually start Chet, or you'll start Chet and Hornstein together. And you got Case and all them dudes coming off the bench. 5 for 5. Who you taking in 7 games? That version of Kevin Durant? Shit. What Steph was doing, even though Steph kind of took a back seat when Kevin Durant came, especially in the finals. Shit. I don't want to say what I'm thinking off of recency bias, but damn, don't you think damn near that the Thunder could win that? Because but then again, I don't know. Their defense would have been different chasing Steph off all them screens like that. Because they used to screen a lot for him. And then up on the weak side of the ball, you got KD who can go ISO. Lord Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that my goddamn self. I'm not sure who to say. So just think about that. You see what I'm saying? Like, this OKC team has to be one of the greatest teams ever. And I think they're in a perfect position to continue to be a dynasty, man. Like even when you just look what they did to my Lakers tonight, they pretty much doubled us in all of the major categories that matter when it comes to what changes the game. When I last looked, it was 14 assists to 27 assists. So it finished out at 19 assists versus their 28. So we got a few more, but they damn near doubled the amount of assists. They had 15 steals to our 9. They had 4 blocks. We had none. We had 20 turnovers to their 11, and they scored almost 30 points off of our 20 turnovers. And we only scored 13, and a lot of that didn't happen to the garbage minutes when we was already down 30. A lot of these stats that you're looking at that I'm saying that we even got happened in the garbage minutes when we was already down 30. At halftime, I don't think we had any points off turnovers. I think they had like 18. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was some crazy shit like that. I know we didn't score for 8 minutes in one of the quarters tonight. The Lakers did not score for 8 minutes. We had 8 free throws. We shot some free throws. We didn't score a field goal for 8 minutes. What the fuck? What the fuck? That is championship caliber defense, bro. And again, it just brings you back to the question. Two-part question. Is this OKC team one of the best teams we've ever seen? And is there a chance where they could become back-to-back champions for the first time since 2017 and 2018 when Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and all of them greats did it? I think there's a chance. And I'm so excited to hear from y'all and what y'all think about this question. Y'all know that's how we do it on this Skybox Conversation is we talk about the game in a different way from a different point of view and sometimes ask questions that some people aren't thinking about. And that's all we try to do here. And so I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed these questions and enjoyed some of the facts and then, you know, my opinion and my take. And I would love to hear from you guys. And if I had to choose before I go, I think I'm going to take the Thunder in a 7-game series between the two. I'd love to hear from y'all. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right? Peace.